What is up, fellow nerds, and welcome to Not Your Status Quo. Tonight, we're talking Alien Earth, Episode 4, Observation. But before we get into all of that fun, Dave, comma Doug, how's it going, gentlemen?
Well, Keith, I am fan-freaking-tastic. I almost watched this episode twice just for the the fresh in my memory because I watched it right when it came out. But I did text you guys as I watched it, I think. Got a little feedback from you. So, can we talk about that? Doug, how are you doing?
Well, Dave, let me tell you, I am outstanding. I decided to go ahead and freshen up in the middle of my day, and I took a very relaxing shower before we did our stream tonight, and I'm feeling zestfully clean, as the '90s kids would say.
Well, you're not fully clean until you're zestfully clean.
There you go.
And
That's
thanks
right.
to our current
gotta-
Sponsor, Irish Spring.
Remember,
I was
you
gonna say,
gotta
is
cut
that, are
that
they even
bar.
still around?
You gotta cut that bar of soap with a hunting knife too.
Right.
You can show the inside of it.
But Keith, sir, how are you doing?
You know what? I am tremendous. Not only because we are talking nerdy stuff tonight, but to the chagrin of poor Sierra, if she is out there. My Green Bay Packers traded for a top 10 defensive talent today to start the new season. So I am grinning from ear to ear. But we're not talking sports ball tonight. We're talking Alien Earth. So are you gentlemen ready to talk a little Alien Earth?
I am.
Let's dive in.
Boom. Episode 4, Observation. Wendy wasn't a dream, by the way, at the end of last episode, even though
Yeah.
you both convinced me it was.
I mean, I thought it was. It seemed so weird. I mean,
Yeah.
okay, I will give this show. They did the due diligence. They explained it in a grounded but scientific enough way that I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
I'll suspend my disbelief.
Right, exactly. Yeah." I was just like, "Okay, in a world with, weird, creepy, possibly bioengineered aliens and robot children, why not?"
You gotta say that more like in a world.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Look, if I could properly do the movie trailer voice, I think I'd have a side gig.
You certainly would. But Wendy wakes up, not after dreaming all that happened, but wakes up after she passed out,
Yeah, just rub it
and
in.
they have turned off her audio. Not audio. Yeah, audio,
Yeah,
I
her
suppose.
yeah her ability to hear.
Yes.
She couldn't hear.
And they're slowly turning it up to see about when she possibly can hear again. And if she hears those voices, they end up narrowing it down to what bandwidth these creatures are talking at. And of course, Boy Cavalier is about as giddy as a school kid at the start of summer, figuring out that she can actually speak the language too. Because she's, act like a speaker. Don't worry about speaking. And she, of course, can do
Yeah.
it, which...
You know what? I did like that scene because she is not a human.
Right.
When he first entered the scene, though, I'm starting to think, man, it's you're getting over the top with this mustache twirling thing. Just
I
calm
read that
down.
when you sent that to us, and I was like, "Uh-oh, what am I in for?"
Yeah, just take a step back. If he could just be like, he doesn't have to be over the top like that. He doesn't have to be, I don't know, so cartoonish with it. If he was a little bit more calm, he could still represent the same character. But I guess that's what they're going for. They want the geek who doesn't care about anything.
I was
You
going to
know-
say, it's almost to the point where he is immature enough and has always gotten anything that he's wanted that he behaves this way. Because I agree, Dave. He's like so, everything is about the company and everything is about making money and stuff. It's almost unbelievable that anyone could behave that way. But then I think he's young with a lot of power, so maybe it's possible. But I agree. It seemed very...
Yeah.
Okay, he reminded me. I hate that I had this filed away lock and key he reminded me of the Snyderverse Lex Luthor.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good analogy.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
if that has to be in my brain now, you guys have to share in it with me. But yeah, I'm watching him on screen. I'm like, God, why does this feel so familiar? And then I was like, oh, yeah. I just need him to shove a Jolly Rancher in somebody's mouth, and we'll come full circle.
That was my next question. Who gets the cherry Jolly Rancher? Is it going to be Dame Sylvia? Is it going to be Kirsch, even though he's a synth?
Right.
Morrow? It'll be somebody. But, she starts expressing the language of this. And while this is happening, Kirsch and Tootles are testing the octopus.
Yeah.
That's what people online are calling it, and I like it.
I like it
And
too. That'll work.
they realize that this thing kind of bonds with the animal and takes control of it. I can't think of another time in the Alien universe.
It was way too light the way it bonds with the animal. No. Keith, it tore into that animal's skull, ripped its eyeball out, blood is dripping down its face, and then I assume it takes its tentacles and plunges them into that animal's brain. So,
Yeah. You remember that Pickle Rick episode?
yes, that's what it was.
Where he
That
does
is
that?
exactly
Yeah,
what
with
happened.
with the
Operating
bug
the
in it.
mouse with his
Yep.
with his tongue.
So, he bonds with the sheep.
Bonds, yes, that's the way to put it.
They went on a little date.
Yes. But it was funny because, Kirsch is so lack of emotion. He's just like,
Yeah.
it's staring at us. It has some intelligence. It knows what's going on to a certain extent. And Tootles, which once again we've talked about it before, I like that all of the kids are absolutely different in exactly how they
What?
behave. And I said that accidentally, but
They're doing a good job as acting like kids, too.
For those of you out there that are new to the channel, anytime we say the magic word, absolutely,
Yep.
your fellow nerds have to take a drink. And if you're watching us on Twitch, you can actually use your channel points to make us say it.
And I just want to say, out in the chat on Twitch, we got Tundra Walker. I'm only here for the Mika Parsons mentioned. I did mention how happy I am. I am tremendous. And I believe he's talking about Dave. He says, sounds like a 6.5 coming. And then he also, don't make me post a pocket.
I did almost watch it twice, so maybe it's a 6.5. We don't know.
Maybe it's more. Just so you know, Tundra Walker, Dave had the highest score last week out of all of
It
us.
is.
Yeah, weirdly
So,
enough.
He's not always a
Well, that was
6.5.
That was on Peacemaker, though, wasn't it? Or that was this show?
Oh, no, it was Peacemaker. You're right.
Oh, okay.
Yep, you're right. But while Kirsch and Tootles are doing that, Slightly continues to talk to Morrow, offering up his real name as a gesture of trust, which, of course, when he was doing it, I'm like, I hope his family's not still alive somewhere, because that's going to be a nice little
Exactly
tool
what
to
he was
use
doing.
against him. But of course, he's a kid. He doesn't know any better.
Yeah.
This cyborg knows it, and he knows how to manipulate him, and he does a really good job of manipulating him into giving up information that he can use against him.
I mean, what Dave had mentioned when Dave was talking about how it seems like every time one of these cyborgs or senses in one of these movies, they're always like just a total dick, and you don't like them, and the movie kind of goes out of their way to make you feel that way. And I remember, David mentioned, I wonder if we're going to hate this guy because he's already done a couple of dick moves, like, locking out all of his crewmates and putting himself in that little bunker. And I think this episode, that drives that nail home. I'm pretty sure we can all agree this dude's a dick.
Dave, or Doug, what do you mean? He waited to put the crew is dead and send it until that last person got ripped apart by the Xenomorph. I mean,
And send.
scream, quiet, crew is dead.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, good for you, buddy.
Yeah, he didn't want to have any wine before it's time. So,
But Morrow starts telling Slightly that he has to steal that Xenomorph egg back for him.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, when he goes to do it, he is just the worst. Oh, what do you need in there?
Run away.
I forgot. Oh, okay. And the other kid is a kid enough. He's not like
he
suspicious.
was
He's
talking
like,
to Isaac Newton.
yeah, yeah. Oh, okay. Hey, I changed my name to Isaac.
Yeah.
You can do that? And it's like the subject is completely changed at that point.
Right.
So I'm guessing not all of these kids have realized or accepted that they've got robot brains. So like forgetting things shouldn't be as hard or shouldn't be as easy.
Yeah, they're not like almost 55 years old and forgetting, what a spoon is called. But you're right, they're still behaving like kids. They haven't really, outside of, I can't think of her name now, the one who wants to be the smartest and be the favorite.
Oh.
She seems to be.
What is her name?
Wasn't she named after one of the pirates and she complained about that?
She's
She was
Hook.
Smee, was she?
She's Hook.
I don't think it was Hook.
Shmi? That's
Curly.
That's Anakin's mother.
She's Curly.
Curly.
She's Curly. Okay, all right.
And Mo.
Yeah, yeah. And then, in something that was really bizarre, and by the way, I couldn't figure out who Nibs reminded me of. She looks like somebody famous, the actress. She looks like Shelley Duvall to me. Does she look like Shelley Duvall to you guys?
Yeah.
She kind of reminded me of the actress from what was that chess show that was on Netflix? Queen's Gambit. That's who she
Oh, you're
reminded me of.
talking Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what? You're both right. She's like a combination of the two.
The eyes, that's what.
She could be the granddaughter or the daughter of Shelley Duvall.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But she is talking to Dame Sylvia and starts saying, I'm pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
And
She's losing it
yeah.
already.
Yeah, there's
Is she?
something
Yeah, I think she is. Well, Keith's got something to say.
No, I don't know.
Are you?
I-
I was about to say, do you think one of the aliens is somehow inside her robo body?
I think it's a possibility. And I don't know, because we've seen Wendy possibly mutate post transformation, being able to hear the xenomorphs and stuff. What if she has some sort of alien contamination? It's not delusion, but she came face to face with the octopus, and it was sticking in her and stuff, and maybe there is some contamination or something, and she is, of course, feels odd, knows something off, and assumes pregnancy because her kid brain.
She's a kid, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So I don't think she's actually like incubating a new species or anything, but I think something's off with her, and I think
There's
it's
some
because,
wires crossed.
Yes.
Issue in the programming. I don't know.
Yeah,
Some
yeah,
other-
maybe, it doesn't work on all of them. It works on 99% of them, and the 1% go crazy.
and that's just it. These are all
Oh.
brand new hybrids, and we have no idea. There's the sample size of them being tested is so small. They have no idea what could go wrong, what could change, and because they have to use kids' minds to put in these bodies, kids aren't always fully developed and can
No.
have
No, in
weird
fact,
things.
they even mentioned that in the first episode that that's a hurdle they're still trying to cross. That they're trying to recreate the chemicals responsible for helping a child grow and develop, but they haven't quite gotten there yet.
Exactly. So I saw that and I didn't think she was crazy. I'm like, something like she is
It didn't
contaminated.
transfer correctly.
Yes, exactly. Something's
There was
wrong.
what's another phrase from the Matrix we can use? No.
There's a bug in her system.
There you go. Okay.
But she gets a little violent too when Dame Sylvia is trying to explain to her, you really can't be pregnant. You know that? Do you know what it takes to become pregnant? And then
Jesus.
Yes. And she becomes violent. She ends up getting kind of put under house arrest, it seems like. I don't think
Yeah.
she's figured it out because, once again, her childlike mind, oh, I get to go back to my room. Okay. I'm going to take this toy and I'm going to have it. And she's fine with it. It's her storyline right now was one of the things I am most interested in seeing pan out. And there's so many things I want to see pan out in this
Right.
because they have so many. I mean, we have
Lines in the
Wendy's
water.
ability to communicate with the Xenomorphs. We have the octopus and finding out what what they're going to find out through the studies. When is it going to escape on Neverland? We got Morrow's manipulation. We got Nibs' pregnancy, and then obviously what we have next. Atom, what's it? Atom Eins is talking to Hermit and basically telling him, because he's worried about his sister, and he's like, you don't seem to understand. She's our property, and if you want to stay here and be with her, you're working for us, and you're going to do what we say. And he's like, well, maybe I quit. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we did replace your lung, and if you'd like to go into debt for that, you're more than welcome to, and we'll remove you from the island right now if you'd like to go.
It's like,
And I
well,
was
it's
like-
good to know that the world hasn't changed in 100 years. Yay, capitalism.
And of course,
Yeah.
his lung was fine. They just removed it for an experiment.
Right.
Let's hope they don't keep quality notes, because if he stumbles upon that, we're going to get one of those.
Well, okay. To add on to that, considering they give us the background, they tell us the story how democracy just wasn't working, and so they needed these 5 companies to rise up and take control of the world, like it's some sort of grand, beautiful fairy tale. I think we can all agree that without proper laws and rules in place, companies just do whatever they want. Like, oh, I don't know, transfer dying kids' minds into robots. So, yeah. This guy can totally, and I could absolutely believe that he would remove somebody's lung without their consent and then charge them for it.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't have to suspend any disbelief when that scene
Right.
happened. I was like, yeah, I can see that. That's
Now,
definitely going
I
to happen.
forgot. What kind of lung did they put a mute? What do they call that? Like a
Synth?
lung they grew in a lab. And
I don't know. That's a good question.
I
I'm not
assumed
sure.
it was like an artificial lung,
That's what I thought.
but I don't think they
yeah,
ever
we're
said,
100
so we
years
don't
in the
know.
future.
Because
Maybe
didn't
they
didn't
did.
he say, and maybe I misheard, I thought he said to him, your body is telling you that, or your lung is telling you that like it's, prosperity property or whatever the name of their company is.
Prodigy.
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 Yeah, like Prodigy property or something like that. He's like, can't you hear it? Don't you hear it telling you? And so I'm thinking, oh, okay, they put some sort of like, I'm thinking that movie Repo where, they shut off people's artificial lungs and hearts and everything if they don't pay their bill. I'm thinking, oh, this is probably a situation like that. He's going to threaten to like shut off his ability to breathe.
He just might, yeah. Well, then after Slightly fails to get one of the eggs, he talks to Morrow again, who is with Slightly's family. And basically,
Like, it's almost like he knew it was going to fail.
yeah,
Well, yeah, he
And-
needed a backup.
Yeah.
basically subtly threatens his entire family and says, I have a new plan for you. Get a human close, pick any human, I don't care. Get him close to one of the face huggers, let him do his thing, and then get me that body. And just do it within a day. Because
Yeah.
something may happen after that. The human will be fine.
I like
Absolutely
how
fine.
he originally tells him and get it to me in 24 hours, like you would to an adult, and this confuses this child. He's like, a day. Get it to me in a day.
Because yeah, tomorrow at this time.
Right.
Oh,
And I'm like,
gotcha.
yeah, okay, again, this is realistic. And this is what I love about the how good these guys are at trying to portray children, because like they're pulling it off every time they do one of these little things where it's like, yeah, that is exactly how a child would react to that. They'd have to sit there like,
Yeah.
Huh?
How many times did that guy say bro in that one scene?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
What do you think, bro? What's going on, bro? You know?
Well, we get that
Yeah.
scene too where they're all sitting around the table. Hermit's sitting with Wendy. Then we got the
Mhm.
others, and Slightly's like, "Well, why can't our families come here? That's not
Yeah.
right." He's not
I mean, he
wrong.
makes a good point.
Yeah. Now,
But
does
that's
he
how he
really?
made his choice.
He's worried about his family being on the outside with Morrow. Little does he know the families on the inside are being raked over the coals by Prodigy. So I guess it's wherever you want your family to be,
Hmm.
almost enslaved to. Bring them on. Yeah, we're all good here. But obviously, after that scene, I think we know which human he might pick to
Yeah.
get attacked by the facehugger. Little does he know, one of his lungs is already gone. And we see what happens with it when Wendy goes into the lab and watches the baby Xenomorph get born. And she starts
And she
communicating
becomes
with it.
its mommy.
It's the sun is getting awfully low, baby alien.
He's petting it, and it's bowing its.
I love that.
I don't know if you call that a head. At it,
Mhm.
at her,
And
and she's doing a little clicking noise from The Last of Us.
yep, yeah. And the fact that she can hear and speak the language now. I see nothing that Boy Cavalier will want to do with her with these newfound abilities for his
Yeah,
company.
okay.
Oh wait,
No,
checks
no.
notes. Yes, she's definitely going to turn into a field leader of Xenomorphs in a Boy Cavalier alien
Oh,
army.
yeah.
That's what he wants, at least. I don't think that's going to happen, but man, his eyes are about this big if he's watching her calm that little thing down.
Well, I do have a what's next. I don't know how likely it is, but it does feel like in the same vein as everything else that's been going on in the show. I think they're going to catch on to what Slightly is doing, and I think that he's going to make it. Again, they're kids. I think he's going to make it obvious that he's trying to lead the brother into the lab to get, because we also saw at one point, what is the white haired synth's name again?
Kirsh.
Kirsh. We saw Kirsh listening in on his conversation, right? Like he was dialing the frequency and he could actually hear his discussion with Morrow. So clearly folks in the company are going to know. If Kirsch knows, it's likely he's probably going to tell Boy Genius, Boy Cavalier, whatever. But I have a feeling that he's going to
Yep.
allow this to happen. I think he's going to be watching it and be like, no, let him. Because he's going to look at it as an opportunity to see, well, what's going to happen when this alien infests a human?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Just like every other synth and every other alien movie, he's more concerned about the science. He doesn't
Yeah,
care about
yeah.
anything else. And so, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
sit back and you let it happen. That's how you learn. That's how you do science.
Exactly. Let him think he's getting away with this, but really, this is exactly what we want. Maybe they'll be smart enough to, lock the brother behind a containment unit, like keep him inside a glass case, like they did with the lamb. Maybe. Usually they're not that smart in these movies, but
At some
Yeah,
point, the aliens are going to escape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we know this takes place before Alien,
Mhm.
we know that it's not going to probably be weaponized. Even though Boy Cavalier is saying this, like, wow, I have someone to communicate with these. And they kind of show that the aliens aren't just killing machines. They're like, sentient, and
Mhm.
he's communicating. He probably thinks it's his mom. He's probably like, oh, there's the alien queen. She's talking
Yeah.
to me. What can I do? And, it's going to fail miserably at some point.
Mhm.
And, you're right. When Kirsch was watching the octopus get in that shape, and he was just like, okay, seems to be
I
able
want
to
to try it
control
with something
and-
else.
Yeah. It's horrifying to watch these
Right.
experiments go on, but also fascinating that they don't see what they're doing and the potential danger, especially being on a remote island with all of these freaking alien species.
Now, did you both notice that when the octopus, am I saying that right?
Octopus. Yeah.
Octopus.
Yeah. Did you guys notice that its first instinct after it took over the sheep's brain was to stand up on its hind legs before realizing, oh, this isn't a bipedal creature. It doesn't naturally stand up like that. So that, that tells me that whatever these aliens are used to infecting, they are creatures that stand on two legs. And that because that's like the natural thing for them to want to do.
Or they saw Kirsch and Isaac standing on 2 feet. So it was like, oh,
Oh,
I'm supposed
possibly. I
to
didn't
stand.
think
Oh
of that.
wait, this doesn't do that. I better fit in with it, because it did that cat that it took over in the first episode until it turned with the view where it was in the eye. It seemed just like a cat that had been hurt.
Right.
Then it was like, whoa, okay, that's a little bit weird. It's crazy,
A
but
little bit.
I do think, kind of a what's next thing. They are setting up Wendy to kind of be some precursor to the Alien Queen.
Oh yeah.
Like she
The
she had
alien
said,
whisperer.
what did she say? She said, I think they picked me. And I wrote that down because I thought that was an odd
That's
statement.
good, yeah.
I think she is going to feel the bond with them. Like she's going to feel more like kind of one of them and side against Boy Cavalier and Prodigy at some point. And I think Hermit is going to help push her over the edge against Prodigy when she finds out what they're doing to him. They're going to find out that that lung was his. They're going to find out that she's going to find out that Atom Eins was basically saying, you're going to be in massive debt or you're going to do exactly what we tell you. Very I don't know what the proper term is, but basically forcing, employment or massive debt against them. I know there's a word for it. I can't think of it. And
Indentured servitude.
Indentured servitude.
yes,
Yeah.
there you go, indentured servitude. And I think his emotional bond with Wendy and the disgust at the treatment that he's gotten and he feels that she's gotten from them is going to turn her against Prodigy. And she may be able to recruit some of the others, but at least I thought she might be able to recruit some of the others, but everything going on with all the others is so vastly different. I mean, it's so nice to watch. These aren't just, cardboard cutout hybrids. They're all
No,
active.
each of the kids, they all have their own sort of, friendships that they've developed with each other. They aren't all friends with one another, and some of them are rivals with each other, like Curly, thinking that she wants to fight to be the best. In fact, in the beginning of the episode, Boy Cavalier even asks, are you able to speak to them? And really, can you? Or are you just telling me what I want to hear?
Yeah, she's
And
still
so,
a kid.
that her and Wendy are going to be butting heads because Wendy is naturally, she's taking advantage of her mechanical abilities, whether she realizes it or not. Like we see her in the first or second episode jumping off that cliff and taking off in a dash. Like she's adapting to this new body and what she can do very quick. So the fact that Boy Cavalier asks her, "Hey, can you be like a speaker and transmit what you're hearing to us so we can hear it?" And she, thinks about it for a second, but then she's able to completely replicate it. And she's doing this like quicker and easier than I think any of the others are. I think a lot of them, they're still kind of grasping to their humanity a little bit more than she is.
Do you think Curly is going to be against Wendy now?
Yes,
Oh yeah.
definitely.
She wants to be the top dog, and she's not developing the right power. It's your typical second in line
Yeah.
storyline. So there's going to be a rivalry there.
In fact, you've now just made me think of another what's next. A potential
Oh.
what's next. So if they do continue this, down that pathway where they're butting heads and they're fighting with each other, and Curly is trying to become the top dog, how much you want to bet there's going to be a scenario or a situation where Wendy, using her ability to speak to these aliens and having this closeness with the baby, she'll be the only one who can like calm down some breach, some break out of the lab, but then Curly's gonna screw it all up by like trying to knock out Wendy or something. Like thinking I'm good, I'm the best, I'm going to prove that I'm the one that in charge, when the reality is Wendy needed to be conscious to stop whatever is going to happen. I know that sounds like a garble of words, but
No, no, I like it. Basically, Curly is going to be jealous of Wendy, and she will be
and
the cause of
ruin the situation.
why the aliens escape from containment because Wendy
That's
was
what I
about to
think will
calm
end up
them down.
happening.
I like it.
I know that's a little basic, but I mean, it's some of the writing in this show is pretty basic to like what a lot of the other Alien movies have been. So it's not far fetched.
No, I think it's good. I think we might see that because the story shifted from like alien horror in the first episode to
Sort
kind
of
of
science fiction.
It's really laying down some world building and character building right now.
Yeah,
It's setting stuff
yeah.
up, and what I'm concerned about is if they will have enough time so we can all see it play out.
Hmm. Yeah, I am kind of worried about that too. I was trying to look up before we started, like, wait, I wonder how many more episodes are left because I saw we had two more lined up on Hulu. I saw that like they're already showing the image and like some text for episode 5 and episode 6, but I don't know how many total there's supposed to be.
I think there's 8.
Is there?
oh, and Bob Birkin says she will have a face Telius, I feel, in a form or another. I don't know what that means.
Teoculus? Is he talking about the eyeball monster?
Oh yeah, he says yeah, the eyeball
Okay.
monster.
All right.
We've been calling it the Oedipus.
Items.
Oedipus. Yeah, the eyeball.
But oh,
yeah,
I
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like Toculus. It's not too bad.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, all right.
well, that's an interesting thought. She may have to go up against it or fight it off because we do. So far, we have the slugs, we have the Teoculus, we
Hmm.
have the
Face
Xenomorphs
huggers and
face
the
huggers.
Xenomorphs, yeah.
So there's a lot
Yes,
that
and there,
can happen.
Oh
and
yeah.
there is only 8 episodes, so
Okay.
they have a bigger story than 8 episodes. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, so do you think that this is going to end up getting a second season then?
It would have to in order for them to tell the story, and then I just hope it doesn't stay like this average
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
throughout the first season. Like they spent too much time setting up and no time for any other part of the story.
Well, hopefully now that
Fix
they've
them.
done most of the setup, hopefully they can just get to telling the story they want to tell.
Yeah.
4 episodes.
Yeah.
Hey, and they're doing what we want them to do. They're
Yeah.
showing us the story. They're not
Yes,
telling us,
yes.
Yes.
and that's a good thing.
They're doing the right thing. And Bob also says we also have seen, oh, that thing looks super dangerous. 100% it does. It's intelligent. It's super dangerous.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we've also seen the alien plant. That's right. That's
Hmm.
right. So, yeah, there's a lot going on. And I don't think it'll all be wrapped up in this season. But I do think we're going to get, because Noah Hawley did say the first season was like a proof of concept that it could be done. And then he has more
Okay.
stories down the line. So I think a lot of this is setting groundwork. I don't think we will fully understand what's going on with Nibs yet. Is it some psychological instability because her mind was put in his body? Is it alien, what did I call it? Alien contamination? Is it something psychological with her? Is she going to be upset with Wendy too when word gets out that she basically was communicating with this little alien baby and
Oh, I think so.
she's like, oh, she's trying to steal my thunder. I'm the pregnant one or something. It'll be interesting to see how this all
I'm the
plays out.
pregnant one. Oh God.
My wedding day.
Now, what do you gentlemen think about this? I think this one might be a little bit more far-fetched. I'm not so keen to call it a what's next, but what if maybe? I don't know. So we've been talking a lot about how these kids are evolving and they're, understanding what they can and can't do a little bit more. Wendy especially. and how, we're watching them grow with their new bodies. But what do you think about these aliens, especially, since Bob was mentioning the eyeball monster? What are the chances that they begin to evolve? What if they're now becoming so exposed to these mechanical people, they find a way to manipulate them? Or do you think that might be too much of a stretch in this series?
I think it might be too much of a stretch in this season, but I think we could see it try to take over a synth or a hybrid and realize it's not organic and fail the first time. But if it gets another shot down the road, it may be able to take it over. Because right now, I can't imagine it's ever seen anything like that and has an understanding of how to control it like it could the cat or the sheep.
Right.
So
Because it would fly in the face of what Boy Cavalier has been trying to do, what he's been saying this whole time. We're trying to get past that one thing that humanity has always had to deal with, and that's we're trying to get past death. We're trying to create immortal beings. This is the stepping stone to reach that. And so far, they made it very clear to show us that these aliens seem to either ignore or seem repulsed by these mechanical humans, whether they're the synths, the hybrids, or even the
Lost Boys.
androids. Yeah, the cyborgs. Thank you. I always confuse the word android and cyborg, but they seem to ignore them because they know there's nothing I can do with mechanical parts. I can't attach myself to them. I can't grow inside of them, or the slug. I can't drain their blood. They don't have any. So I'm wondering if they're on Earth long enough, are we going to, eventually maybe see a season 10, 20 years later where now they've sort of evolved to deal with these more mechanical humans and they've found a way to attach themselves to that.
well, and I do
I
think
wonder
they've kind of
because
set
in
that
none
up.
of the movies have they. No, all the movies happen after the series, and they've
Hmm.
never done that. They've never adapted.
But that's always been usually in space. I'm saying the ones on
Right.
Earth.
Yeah.
And we may see because they've
Hmm.
made the fact that they had to create a human like brain to house the kid's consciousness in these synth
Yeah.
bodies makes me think they are setting up something down the line to handle that, like to at least approach that, story wise.
And you're right. I kind of forgot about that aspect. That it is a different sort of brain. It's not the same thing that they use in a synth.
Yep.
So that is true. I kind of forgot about that.
And then, I just keep thinking too. I think my biggest what's next is we may see slightly, take Hermit and get him impregnated by the Xenomorph. And
Oh yeah,
that's going to turn Wendy
definitely.
against him. And then we may see
Hmm.
Curly and Nibs go with slightly side to his side. We may
Hmm.
see a hybrid like civil war going
Oh,
on in Neverland, and that could be
definitely.
the cause of these animals escaping. And all I think about every time they show an island shot, I'm like, oh my god, this is going to be like Jurassic Park. They're going to have to
Oh
flee
no.
the island, and then season 2 is going to be we got to get something off the island. We got to go fight the Xenomorphs.
Keith, oh man, there's some studio exec sitting there writing this down like, oh my God, that is a great idea. Jurassic Park meets Alien this summer.
How much did the latest Jurassic World movie do? Over 1 billion. One of the biggest this summer. Yeah. Okay, the aliens are definitely infesting this island,
All right.
and the humans are driven
Right.
off. Okay, I got this. I got this.
And all of a sudden, we're gonna get a cameo from an older Boy Cavalier. Really, what we should have been asking was not whether we can, but whether we should.
And Jeff Goldblum comes in and just
Right.
smacks him over the head.
You caused all this. You can't say that line.
Just shut up, shut up. Don't say that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. This almost too. It's sort of is almost turning into a first contact type
Oh yeah.
thing. It's shifted from alien horror to kind of an
Hmm.
existential type thing in a couple episodes, and now it looks like it's leaning towards like a first contact type thing with the xenomorph. Now that they know how to communicate with it. And of course, as we've said 100 times, Wendy's probably going to be like, well, we can talk to it and learn from it and stuff. And Boy Cavalier's like, can you tell it to kill everyone at Wu-Tang Yutani? It needs to go there. It doesn't want to do that. Yes, it does. Tell it again. Tell it has to do it, and we'll feed it.
Mommy would really like you to.
We'll feed it
And then
more.
it turns and kills everybody at Prodigy and then leaves the planet, and that's how we don't know about it.
Well, I think what's going to happen is the reason, like, the Wu-Tang Yutani doesn't know anything about it. Morrow is going to die. He's never going to get that information to Wu-Tang Yutani, and no information is going to get off this island of what they've done. Because even if it starts to go wrong, I think Atom Eins will destroy all the information of the hybrids and anything they've had in the containment cell and the experiments they're doing. Because they don't want that information to get out. Because, I mean, we see that, corporate espionage is a huge thing here. And, it's okay to do until you get caught. And, Morrow's trying to steal back the stuff for his company. And, Boy Cavalier is keeping it all locked up because that ship crashed in his city. It's nice that they're kind of doing this. They've always hinted at it in the Alien films. So it's nice they have the time to kind of dig more into that. And we see a little more of what's going on. And honestly, Prodigy doesn't even seem to be a thing later on. So I do think, unfortunately, they are going to be completely and utterly destroyed. And I think as soon as there's a little weakness on their side because of the craziness that's going to go at Neverland, Wu-Tang Yutani is just going to take them over and have no care that they did it. They're like, hey, you tried to steal from us, so now we're doing what we need to do.
You think Boy Cavalier is going to end up with a face hugger?
Oh, he might. He might.
From his carelessness, and then that'll be how he checks out.
I think that's very possible.
I could see that. I could see some sort of... There needs to be some sort of comeuppance. Like, either he's going to be torn apart by a xenomorph, the little, little head is going to punch through his face or something. He's going to get a face hugger, or his eyeballs are going to get replaced. Who knows?
Wow, Bob has a good one here. I didn't even think of this. What if one of the kids gets sacrificed to the eyeball alien to see if they can talk with it?
Oh.
Like, it's not it finding a kid after escapes. Boy Cavalier maybe it's Nibs.
Purposely.
Because he's like, oh, she's
just to see what would happen.
Let's see if it can take it over.
I could definitely see.
Oh my God.
Like, she's malfunctioning anyway. Let's just stick her in.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh no.
For the science of it, you guys, we need to know.
For the science.
We know it can work with organics, but can it work with a synth hybrid? Oh wow, Bob, that's sick and wrong, and I can see them doing it. Wow. Okay, so on that note, that's all I got. That's all of my notes.
I don't think anything is going to happen with Kid Cavalier like that this season. I'm not saying that.
Dave, why is that a better name?
What?
He should have been called Kid Cavalier. That's way better than calling him Boy.
Boy Cavalier, Kid Cavalier. He was on Extreme's third album. I don't know.
No, I do think if we get I don't think Prodigy will be completely destroyed at the end of the season. And I think you're right. I think we'll see how much of a genius Boy Cavalier is as things start to go south, and how he tries to maintain and keep things going, and how soon he realizes that he shouldn't be experimenting on these things. He shouldn't be trying to weaponize these things because he has a illegal hybrid that can communicate with him. Because I'm sure he's going to want to build some device that knows its language and can communicate with it. Because I have a feeling Wendy is going to not want to do what he wants to do with them. She's like, I'm not going to tell him to do that. That's not right. He's like, well, we're taking all of your brain patterns, figuring out how to talk to it, and we'll do it on our own. There'll be a machine that can communicate with him or something. It's going to be something. And That's maybe that'll be when he loses Wendy.
Yeah. You read what Bob says here? There's a series ending with a Predator shot for sure.
I am fine with that as long as they do Alien versus Predator right this time.
I just need it to be the most redneck predator that, is on the predator planet. Just like hopping in their janky space pickup truck and we going hunting for aliens.
Yeah.
They're going to clearly an illegal place. They're going to be hunting outside of alien hunting season and
Like, why are they chasing us? Turn off the banjo music. Oh.
ooh, hey there, alien, you got some pretty mouth.
You got two pretty sets of teeth.
Oh God.
Got a real pretty mouth.
Right.
A good build-up, yes. Yeah, I mean,
Did you have more, Doug? Did you have more you wanted to talk about before we start rating this thing?
No, I pretty much hit the nail on the head there.
Bob
Or are we
says
going to B-rate this thing?
he said that would be awesome, a series Alien versus Predator. It could even be during Alien Earth, like a Predator shows up or something. I mean, that's down the road, but it would make sense. I mean, if Predators are, going for the biggest game hunt and things like that, and I think Predator Badlands is going to set that up to a certain extent.
I am really looking forward to that movie. Every time I see a trailer for it, it looks fantastic.
When's that, October?
Yes. Yep. Now, have you guys seen A Killer of Killers or whatever, that Predator movie on Hulu? Like the animated movie? You should watch it. It's pretty good.
Okay.
I liked it.
I heard it got rave reviews. So
Really?
It was good. Then Bob says, with the same quality, I'm in. Exactly. Yeah, he said it was superb. It really is good. I didn't know what to think of it, and I watched it, and I was like, all right. Predator's in good hands right now, with Prey and Killers of Killers, and now Badlands looking good. I think we're in a good spot. So and Alien Romulus was good. And I guess this is still a rumor, but I guess Ridley Scott gave some notes to the director, I can't remember his name, for Alien Romulus 2, because they're moving forward with a second one, of things he shouldn't touch.
Oh.
So it sounds like Ridley Scott might be dipping his toes back into the Alien universe with something.
Oh, good for him. He did the second one, right? He did Aliens, right?
Yes, he did Aliens.
Which one of you guys mentioned when we were doing our Terminator through the timeline? One of you had mentioned that James Cameron had something to do with one of the Alien movies.
Yeah, didn't he direct the first one?
Did he? I don't remember.
Yes, he did.
Did he? Okay.
And he did.
Well, I
not
guess
do
that would definitely
Predator.
explain the horror aspect of it.
Yeah, that was his movies back then. Where he would Alien and the Terminator, and then he waited years to do a sequel. Just like kind of like what he did with Avatar, Keith's favorite series.
Yeah, that time wait really paid off for Avatar.
Yeah. Not like writing the same story again.
Okay, this time they're in water.
Yeah.
Oh, and the next one, fire. Okay, now you're not just redoing the Avatar animated series, right? No. Mine's totally original.
And the one after that, wind.
Were your kids watching Avatar: The Last Airbender when you wrote this?
Shut up.
No. What do you mean? What's coming after fire? Nothing.
Earth. Dirt.
Nothing. Whatever that weird unobtainium thing is, it's going to be about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and who's the bad guy? The Fire Nation.
Yeah. No original thoughts there.
Yeah, it's you guys know my feelings on that. It's such a I don't understand all the love for that series. It is as
It was
vanilla
the
of a
3D
story
in
you
the
can
first.
possibly get.
In the first movie, it was all the 3D. People were raving about the 3D, how amazing it was. I like the first one. The second one was just like it was like um, The Force Awakens. You know what I mean? It's another way to tell the first story.
Yeah,
But
I
we got a new one
actually
coming out this year.
Bob said only the first
actually
one
used
was
to get
good.
oh,
It's going to
sorry,
be
go
a
ahead.
tornado.
Ah, tornado. Oh Lord. I actually used to get annoyed when like a new movie would come to the theater and it's like if you wanted to watch it on the good screen that also happened to be like the 3D showing and I would just be like, "Oh God, I gotta wear these stupid ass glasses through the whole thing." And I used to get so annoyed. The only movie where I didn't hate it, and to this day I still think it's really the best viewing of this movie is in 3D, but you can watch it either way, and that's Dread 3D, that Judge Dredd movie. So good. Both with and without 3D, but really the 3D experience really makes some of those scenes even better. Like it actually adds onto it where a lot of these other 3D movies it's a gimmick.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever
Dreading
seen
that.
it in 3D.
Is
I
that
did when
the
it came out in theaters and
Carl
it was worth
Urban?
it.
Is that the Carl Urban Dread?
Yep, yep.
Yeah,
And he did a phenomenal job as Judge Dredd. He was about as good as the actor who portrays the Mandalorian. I'm not saying Pedro Pascal, I'm saying the guy who normally wears the suit.
Oh, to be able to read his body language for his
Yes,
acting.
yes.
Nice.
hmm Like Pedro did good too in season two, but it wasn't really mostly him in season one. So I don't know who that is. I didn't think to look it up before I started talking about this, but whoever he is, he does a great job, and Carl Urban did an amazing job not taking his helmet off once.
Yeah, they're not supposed to.
hmm
the question I have based on that: how many times will Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom take his mask off in the movie?
Oh, he's not.
The
He's going to take it off in the first act and never put it back on.
the over under is 700 times.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh God. Oh no. You're saying it's going to be one of those friggin' like the helmets in Ant-Man. Oh God, I hate that so much.
It'll be the thing. I
That.
still remember when Spider-Man 3 came out, how annoyed I was that they kept having to show Topher Grace's face.
Yep.
It's like, that's not Venom. That's not how the symbiote works. But otherwise, it was a fantastic movie.
Yeah, that was everybody's favorite was Spider-Man 3. They loved
Yeah,
it.
man. So many like I think of so many of my favorite scenes that I don't want to monopolize the time talking about how good all of them were.
Let me just quote Michael Keaton. Good old Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, that sounds like something he would have said.
As he ate his spaghetti.
Didn't he say that in Homecoming? When he was talking to Peter in a thing, wasn't Spider-Man also at the monument when you guys were there? And he's like, yeah, he really saved our butts. He's like, good old Spider-Man.
No, yes.
Damn,
By
Michael
the way,
Keaton. I wanted to like
that that scene in Spider-Man Homecoming, so friggin' good. I mean, you felt the terror in Peter's. They both realized like who each other was. And it's like in that moment,
Talking about the car
phenomenal,
scene, right?
phenomenal directing, phenomenal storytelling. That's why I can go back and rewatch that Spider-Man movie multiple times because I think it's done so well. It's a good street level Spider-Man movie.
Yeah. And Bob says, I heard Venom will be in Brand New Day.
Dude. Oh, okay. And Brandon, I was about to say, I thought he was gonna say like what do you call it? Not Civil War.
Doomsday.
Secret War or whatever. I was gonna be like, hey man, everybody's gonna be in there. Aunt May's coming back for that one.
Well, and
Uncle
there
Ben's
has,
gonna be in it.
there has been a lot of talk, and it didn't help. Obviously everyone's bringing up the fact that, the Venom symbiote left a little piece of himself in, No Way Home. And the fact
Well.
that the actor, I can't remember his name now, who plays Scorpion, posted a picture of Scorpion with the symbiote from the comics, and people are like, "Oh my gosh!" So yeah, it's very likely we might see. I don't think it'll be full blown Venom at this point, but I think
Yeah.
there's a possibility that it bonds with Peter Parker.
As long as they don't pack it too, like, that seems to be the thing that they do towards, like, as the Spider-Man movies start to peter out a bit, pun not intended.
Peter out.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Heyo!
But like, they're like, you know what this needs? More villains. No, guys, come on, just slow it down. Okay, Amazing Spider-Man 2, we're gonna do it right this time. We're gonna fix all the problems. What do you got for me? Okay. Thinking of keeping it simple, we're gonna have the Rhino, but he's not gonna really, be wearing the suit or anything. He's gonna start off as put him in a robot suit. Okay, we could do that. All right, what else you got? Oh, did you want more villains? That's right. Okay, I mean, I guess we could. We were thinking of doing Electro. Oh, great. And who else? Oh God, you want more? Sinister Six, baby.
What we don't want is them to Dark Phoenix it.
Oh God.
Let the story play out. He shouldn't get. I always thought the best thing they could have done in Spider-Man 3 originally was have the alien like Spider-Man get beat by like Sandman,
Oh yeah.
Electro or something, and then him need to bond
And then-
with it for the power.
And
to
then he
beat them.
thinks, "Oh, this is going to give me the one up." Yeah, because that does happen in the comics too, where he thinks, "I need this power," and he even tells, like, as his friends realize, "Hey, this Peter, you're changing. There's something different about you," and he tells them, like, "No, you don't understand. I need this." And then that's when he comes to the realization, as he's getting ready to almost kill one of his villains, he's like, "Wait a minute, no, I don't."
It's very much like the Phoenix, the Dark Phoenix saga. She uses her immense powers for a lot of good, and that way, when she falls, it's a little more heartbreaking than her just turning bad instantaneously. Much like Peter Parker used that suit for a lot of good until he realized what it was doing to him, and he had to get it away. And then obviously, it merged with Eddie Brock, who also happened to hate Peter Parker. Because they worked together with the Bugle, and it worked because you had that relationship with the suit and saw what it could do. And him losing it 5 minutes into getting it just doesn't have that same pull.
In the animated series, I don't remember how it played out in the comic, but in the animated series, when the Venom suit was starting to take more control over how he was acting, he was fighting with Scorpion at the time, tore off his tail, and he was getting ready to impale him in the chest with his own tail. And that's when he realized, oh my God, I'm about to take a life. And that made him step back.
Yep.
That would be interesting if they are going to do a Scorpion Venom thing, if they were to play that scene out, but instead of shedding the Venom suit over Eddie Brock in a church, he rips it off and then it attaches the Scorpion. That would be kind of interesting.
That would be. And Bob
Again, I
says
don't think they're gonna
scorpions
do
are
that in
cousins to
this.
spiders.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either. Good to know.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay,
hey,
now I don't know if they're going to do all that. That seems like a lot for this movie, but it would be interesting if that was a route they were going to take.
All of this has nothing to do with Alien.
No,
let's
we
get
totally
back-
went off on a tangent.
let's give our rating for episode 4 of Alien Earth. Observational,
Okay.
or observation.
Well, I'm gonna have to say Tundra Walker was correct.
Don't ever say that. Can you please change it to like 6.6 or 6.4 just so he's not right?
The head is
Right.
growing.
It's
It's
a
inflating right now.
6.495. Just so he could be wrong, because he rubbed it in about Micah Parsons. So that's why you get the negative .005s. No, I like it. It still captures my attention. I don't watch my phone. I know Doug said he does a little bit, but it's laying down foundation, like I said earlier, that I hope we get to see play out. Because if you lay down all this foundation and you don't do anything with it, it kind of sucks. So obviously that's gonna suck. I mean, I know it hasn't been over the top action in this, but it does make sense what they're doing. I can't stand the brother. He drives me nuts. I hope he gets a face hugger on that guy. He drives me nuts in every scene he's in. But he'll be okay for 24 hours before the other guy gets it. Anyway.
Yeah.
Everything developing, like all these other stories with every single synth from the kids has their own storyline going. So it's gonna be hard, obviously, like we said, we can't wrap this up in 8 episodes, so they're gonna need multiple seasons. But how far are they gonna push the boundaries of, like, all right, this didn't happen in the future, in movies that supposedly happen in the future? How much of the boundaries are they gonna push of knowing what's out there and knowing what's not? You know what I mean? We'll see. I guess we'll see. I hope it picks up a little bit, just enough to get us another season to see if they play out rest of everything they're setting up. But for this episode, 6.495.
Yes, excellent. Yeah, I mean, they are laying down so much groundwork. We got Wendy communicating with the Xenomorph, how Prodigy might want to abuse that. Are they going to try to weaponize it? Kirsh and the octopus, experiment. Where is that going to lead? How's that going to tie in? Morrow and Slightly, where is their story going to play? Is Slightly going to use Joe, Hermit, to try to get the Xenomorph over to Morrow and Wu-Tang Yutani? Nibs and her pregnancy going on. And then obviously the birth of the baby Xenomorph. They have so many little plot threads running here and there. And they're doing a really good job of writing it all. It isn't the most fast-paced show. And it's one of those shows where like Dave said, if they land this, if they stick the landing, as we like to say, it's going to be awesome. But they have to stick that landing, because we're getting great performances. We're getting, very interesting stories, questions, ethical debates. All this is going on. And like Dave, I'm not looking at my phone while this is going on. I'm really like, oh, wow, okay, cool. That's awesome. Yes, okay, great. And I'm really intrigued where this is all going to go. But each episode hasn't been great. They've been good. They've been quality. It's like good television. It's not, it's not The Penguin. It's not Andor. Not yet, at least. I hope they get to those levels. But of course, those shows kept that high quality up for the entire series. This is kind of feels like it's building up to something, and I hope it gets there, and I hope it's great. But this episode for me is going to be a 7. It's good. I enjoyed it. I hope it gets better.
I actually have to agree with you two gentlemen. I legitimately did like this episode. I think this was my favorite that I've seen so far. I've been kind of about the other episodes, and most of them have been, episodes 1 through 3. They've been kind of phone moments for me. Kind of come and go. The story hasn't been that intriguing to me so far. It, very much started out like any other alien movie or whatever, where it's like, oh boy, we got a xenomorph loose, and I didn't think it was really going to go anywhere other than that. But you're right, Keith, that they are exploring so many other ideas, and they've got so many different plot threads and different directions that they can go in, that it's caught my attention. And this episode especially, I thought that it was very interesting. And Dave, I also have to agree with you, they've been laying some groundwork, and I do appreciate them for that. I just wish I would have seen it sooner. I wish it was more apparent to me. I'm assuming there are other people out there that were watching it and saw all of this coming, but yeah, no, it took until this episode for me to be like, oh, okay, this is kind of interesting. And now I'm actually theorizing, and I'm thinking, oh man, what direction could this go into? Oh, what is this going to mean? Oh, how will this happen? And it has me more invested, and I find myself looking at, getting distracted a lot less. And actually, I don't even know if I had any phone moments this time. I was actually invested in this episode. I enjoyed it. The only thing that took me out of it, and this is such a minor complaint, and I already told the guys about this, and here's what I actually want. I want all of you out there, if you could, in the chat, let me know, because I am not the expert when it comes to the Alien or Predator movies. So I am curious, is this something that one or more of the directors of the Alien movies has done, and this is like kind of a just a feature of these movies and shows. And what I mean is the transparent overlays and transitions that they've been doing. So like we noticed it in the first two episodes where she's imagining that Ice Age movie because she watched it with her brother. And then we'll see like randomly as she's running down the hall the overlay of the just slightly transparent of the character Sid from the movie Ice Age. And then in other episodes, they've done these little transparent overlays of other things on top of a scene. And it always just feels weird to me. I did like Dave's explanation because I had told him about it, and he says, well, you know, it actually works as a good reminder to kind of remind you, like, what's going on in the scene, what led up to this. And I do accept that. I kind of like that theory, but from an artistic standpoint, it's just so weird to me. Like, it's hard for me to, like, understand why that was the choice that they made, unless it is a feature that they did in the other movies. Kind of similar to George Lucas's screen wipes whenever he moves to a new scene. It became so normalized in all of his Star Wars movies that other directors of the Disney sequels, of Solo, of Rogue One, they contain all those same screen wipe transitions because it's kind of playing homage to the way that George edited the first couple of films. So I'm asking all of you out there, is this something that maybe I just never saw, never noticed in any of the films? Is this sort of overlaying something on the scene, something that they do in the movies? So let me know in the chat. But as far as my rating for this episode goes, because I did enjoy this, I like the plot threads, I like where this might be going, I'm actually invested in the story, I'm also going to give it a 7. This was good. It was finally good. I enjoyed it. And I really hope that they don't drop the ball with the rest of the episodes. I want to stay as invested as I was this time around.
And anyone in the chat, please let us know what your rating is on a scale of 1 to 10, the Doug scale, with 5 being average. Let us know. Let us know what you thought of episode 4. So, we do have some other news, gentlemen.
Whoa,
we have
that's good.
Some MCU news, some DCU news, singular, and some Star Wars
DCU
news.
new.
Yeah. What do you think we should go with first?
Well, I'm kind of on a DC hype. What about you, Dave?
I was gonna say let's stick to outer space and go with Star Wars.
Okay. I'm good at that.
All right. Oh, and before we get into that, Bob gave this episode an 8.5.
Wow. Ooh, all right.
Excellent.
We are harsh.
We definitely can be a little bit harsh. Okay. Now this is from Daniel RPK, noted scooper. He says Lucasfilm really wants to do a Mandalorian trilogy, assuming the Mandalorian and Grogu film is a success. And I'm like, isn't that what they always want to do? Is that really?
Please don't.
Hey, if it's good, they can. Please, I hope they do.
Sure,
I
but
want good movies.
like, here's the thing. Like, if it wasn't supposed to be a trilogy and then they decide to turn it into one,
Yep.
that tells me they haven't done any planning. They haven't thought out a story. They're just thinking about the money. And Disney, please, for the love of God, don't do that. If you do really want to have a trilogy, then talk to Kevin Feige about it. Talk to everybody else involved. Kind of like lay down the groundwork. Why did I say Kevin Feige? He doesn't have anything to do with it.
Yeah, you're thinking Dave.
Dave Filoni. Thank you.
Yeah.
Talk to Dave Filoni. Figure this stuff out. Work out a game plan. Come on. Like, guys, don't just say, if it's good, we'll do it. No.
I'm hoping they have the stuff mapped out for a trilogy.
You
and
know
it's
they
just
don't.
them saying it's got to be
You
good if
know
you want to
they
make
don't.
more movies. I don't know. If it was because it's Favreau and Filoni, I think they might have some of the stuff laid out. I hope. I'm being overly positive today. Silver Lining Keith is back. I hope that because of this, they're going to they have stuff in the works, and it's not just a one shot, and they're going to go made a lot of money. Let's make 2 more movies about it because they got so much they can do with, Thrawn and the stuff going on in Ahsoka, all that stuff. They have plenty of material, so I hope they have something good. Now,
It's
How
kind of funny
how
because
is
that's almost the way the first Star Wars happened. Like it was just a movie, and then they did the trilogy.
kind of, but at least
Yeah,
George had it mapped out. Like he had
yeah.
an
At least he had
entire.
something in mind.
I mean, he probably, if you would have let him have his own way, he could have made 10 movies.
yeah,
Every other
That
year.
original script was packed.
yeah, there was definitely a lot going on.
It's like, yeah, if you come out with a trilogy in mind,
Hmm.
those go a lot better. I mean, look at Lord of the Rings. That was just
Oh yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
When they're already planned to have multiple movies and they know what the plots are going to be in those movies, it's obviously going to be a better series of movies.
But if you're coming from it from a, this is going to make us a lot of money, and if it does, we're going to make more movies. If you're only coming it from that standpoint, the quality is going to take a dip.
See,
Yeah.
I think it's more like it better make money if you guys want to make more movies. Not if it makes money, we'll make more. I'm hoping because I think the guys involved, Filoni and Favreau, are
They
smart enough
might.
to know.
But now I want you to imagine this conversation in Mickey's voice, and I want you to try both scenarios. On one hand, you've got Mickey demanding that they make a good movie, or else they're not going to be allowed to make any more. Or I want you to imagine Mickey thinking about all the buku bucks he's going to be making so he can dive into a pool of liquid coins like Scrooge McDuck.
Sorry. Okay, now this one, Ewan McGregor
Good
has
McGregor.
said that for homework before season 2 of Ahsoka, he is watching every episode of the Clone Wars.
Okay, yeah, I read that too.
Wait.
Yeah.
For season 2 of Ahsoka, what role is he going to play in that?
I think he's playing Obi-Wan.
I'm guessing flashbacks then.
What?
I
Yeah.
assume so.
It would have to be.
So
And
I'm
I
trying
think-
Otherwise,
to,
they'd have to
you
get
kind of threw me off
Alec
for that. I'm like,
Guinness.
wait a minute. I'm trying to think like, what is he going to do in that movie?
Otherwise, they'll have to get Alec Guinness. So,
I got some bad
You
news,
can say-
Dave.
They're like they're moving the Ouija board. Okay, Alex, do you agree to your contract? No.
no, never liked it in the first place
Please,
because he didn't.
the writer. Oh shit, he wants a full buffet.
Now, the first thing I thought of when I read that, after he said that, do you think it's for the Mortis arc in the Clone Wars?
Oh, like we'll do a flashback to Anakin, Ahsoka, and Obi-Wan. Oh, okay. I could definitely see that. I would like that. And by the way, I do want to
The
say
band
while
do?
we're on this topic, for everybody out there that talked smack about the Ahsoka series, they did the flashbacks so freaking well. Both the flashbacks and the World Between Worlds, some of my favorite episodes. I mean, that it was done good.
Oh, where she fought Anakin.
Anakin slash Vader, yeah.
That show was amazing.
Oh yeah.
Ahsoka was good. The season finale was a little less than epic.
Lackluster, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I was also a little less impressed with um, Ezra's portrayal.
If that episode had been the middle of the season, like the
Oh, yeah.
mid-season finale, that would have been good.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
You know,
100%.
Oh yeah, would have been fine.
Okay, and our last little Star Wars tidbit of the day, multiple
Mhm.
tidbits, but for the same film. Star Wars Starfighter is in production.
Okay.
principal photography.
That would explain why I was scrolling through YouTube and Everything Always had posted a video claiming that they had the trailer for Starfighter.
Oh yeah, of course they had the trailer. Of course they did.
And they had a clearly photoshopped image of was it Bradley Cooper or something?
No,
Who is it?
I can picture him. He was in the Blade Runner.
Some dude, blonde hair, holding a lightsaber, and I'm like, that looks fake.
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling. And there's no lightsabers in this movie, is there?
We don't know yet.
We don't know, but that's what he had for the thumbnail. I'm like, okay, bullshit.
Yeah.
Now they did announce some new cast members.
Mm-hmm.
Amy Adams is in Star Wars
Okay.
Starfighter.
Nice.
As Amelia Earhart.
She's the mom to the kid. I forget the kid.
You're going to need to add a few more apostrophes and umlauts to the letters.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, he said it.
I didn't mean that.
You didn't mean it the last time either.
I just say it a lot. I forget that's our word.
Why do you think we
What?
do it?
I know.
Pete, that's crazy, Tom.
Now the other. This
Caveat? The other caveat? What?
You're going to run out of your drink, and then you're going to be complaining.
Yeah,
You still got more rumors, buddy.
I got about half of it left. So I'm good.
Okay, all right.
Yes, and Bob says something like Top Gun, but in space. Yeah, yes, I think it's going to be a little different than most Star Wars films, and I think it's going to be a lot of space battles and stuff. But they have the other. I like this other new casting.
Gina Carano.
No,
Oh, okay.
think Greatest Green Lantern.
John
Yes,
Stewart.
Aaron Pierre, John Stewart from the DCU, is
Really?
also joining Star Wars Starfighter
Very cool.
in
All
an
right.
undisclosed role.
He's gonna be Blando Calrissian,
Oh, God.
his cousin.
Oh, dear God. Okay,
Play. Oh, jeez.
we will.
Doesn't score any chicks ever. Terrible at gambling.
He's the Bizarro
Right.
Calrissian. He's straight laced.
He walks
Can't
up
get
to a
any
table
ladies.
full of ladies. Hey, what's going on? And they just all leave.
Standard.
At least I got a lot of places to sit now.
Sir, we're gonna have to ask you to leave.
All right. Are you guys ready for some MCU news?
Yes.
First up, Shocker is going to appear in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Now, whether he'll be a part of
okay.
the opening montage where Spider-Man's taking out a bunch of villains or if he's going to play a greater role, we don't know.
Do you mean? I assume you mean Shocker number 2.
Yes, yes, Shocker number 2. Shocker number 1, God rest
Is
his
no
soul.
longer with us.
God Emperor Doom rest his soul. And your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man season 2 and 3 is going to feature cameo appearances from known characters,
Ooh.
which is one of the most vague statements I've ever heard. Like, Aunt May is a known character.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell us who the
Nope.
known characters are. Oh,
No, they didn't tell us. But I'm
Happy.
wondering if it's going to be, because we saw Doctor Strange, we saw Daredevil in season 1.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe we're going to see some more Avengers, maybe some X-Men, maybe Firestar and Iceman. You know, who knows who these cameos may be, but
Morbius.
Yeah, okay, if they're from the X-Men, I get that, but anybody in the MCU already, he hadn't met anybody by the time of Civil War. So if anybody pops up, it won't be to interact with them. You know what I mean?
and remember, this is not in the MCU, it's in an alternate, dimension, so it'll be possibly MCU kind of characters that are not that are in this universe also. And now this last one, we've talked about this before, but friend of the channel Charlie Murphy, he's not really a friend of the channel, but he's from Michigan and we like him.
Charlie Murphy.
He said
Not
he
that
was
Charlie Murphy.
talking
Oh, okay, sorry.
to one of his sources, and he said it was just a conversation. But it led him to believe that the unannounced MCU movie that's coming between Doomsday and Secret Wars is another Avengers movie.
Oh.
What?
Okay.
And
That hasn't been set up at all.
well, we don't know. We don't know what's happening in Doomsday. We don't know because we've talked a lot. We've talked before. I shouldn't say a lot about how are they going to get through Secret Wars in one movie with all that they seem to have planned between Doomsday and Secret Wars. All the characters, all the stuff that needs to happen to make it a cohesive and coherent story. 2 movies might not be enough. In what better way? We haven't heard of any other movies filming.
3?
And what better way to sneak an Avengers movie in, filming it while you're filming 2 other Avengers movies? Because if they started filming Blade or the Fantastic Four sequel or something like that, people would know about it. People would be like, oh my God, they're filming, Morbius. Or, no, oh my God, please, you did this guy. You
Morbius.
did this guy.
No, that's cool because what if they have they have this third Avengers movie that you're talking about, and it happens concurrently with whatever's happening in those movies, and that you can actually see it going on in the background type of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, stealing from what Dave
Amazing
said
filmmaking.
earlier, if it worked for Peter Jackson, I mean, because that was one of his big things is he wanted to make sure that there was cohesion with the storytelling, and he didn't want too much time to pass between the filming of the movies. So he specifically asked to film them together at the same time.
Yeah, which was brilliant.
Oh, yeah. So I think that would be the better way to do this. And
now,
I
of course,
do agree that I don't think 2 movies will be enough.
And it would be easy to sneak in a third picture while you're filming 2 others, and not too many people would be too suspicious. But they're going to have to. I don't know if they're waiting to announce it when Doomsday comes out, if that is the case. Because it still could be a Blade movie. It still could be something else. Because, we did get Captain Marvel, right before what's it called? Infinity War.
Mm-hmm.
And we did get Ant-Man and the Wasp right before Endgame. So they do put movies and movies like that in between, and it could just be a standalone Blade film. It could be something else, but the fact that they haven't really announced it yet, and the middle of 2026 or 2027 is a ways off. I think they have in mind what they're going to do, and it'll be interesting to say. And the fact that he said he was talking to his source, and he got that impression that it was a third Avengers movie, makes me think there's a little more validity to it than us just thinking there's a lot of story there. There must be something.
I mean, seriously, Keith, minus the story, if they put down one more chair, they're going to need another movie. That's going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back, because this thing is being, at this point, it's got to be held together with like duct tape and hopes and dreams.
This one's going to be called Avengers: The Kang Dynasty / Secret Invasion.
The is part of the title, I assume.
I love the fact that they're finally doing
course.
Secret Invasion. Because
Right.
Yeah, you would have think they would have done it by now.
I know we got that weird
Such an
special
impressive
investigation.
story.
Yeah. I mean, there you go.
I've been meaning to watch it. You think it's any good?
It's great.
Two
Watch
failed
it all.
projects. Two
Binge it.
failed projects that they should just throw into a movie, and they should have that Kira chick in it. Yeah. She should be in it.
Yeah.
Doesn't she fly around on dragons and stuff? And she has like long white hair.
Oh yeah.
No. I think you're thinking of the chick who kind of she called herself Sarah Connor, but she wasn't really, and she traveled to the future with a guy who called himself what's his name, but he
John?
wasn't actually John.
John Connor.
Not John Connor. The guy the father of John Connor, Kyle Reese.
Kyle
The guy
Reese.
calling himself Kyle Reese, but he clearly wasn't.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, and Bob says they want to complete the next Christopher Nolan movie. A lot of actors there. I think they're done because both John Barenthal and Tom Holland are filming Brand New Day now. And that would be interesting because, having that second movie that could be going on concurrent with Doomsday would allow them to bring in a bunch of these actors and be able to have a more coherent story instead of just characters flying by every second going, hey, oh, there's
Hey,
Storm.
what's going on? Bye.
There's Jean
There you
Grey.
go, Black Cat. Oh, that's it. There goes Nova. Well, we didn't get to see him.
It's gonna be something dumb like the end of No Way Home where we see like an image in the sky. Oh, that was your cameo. That was the chair.
That was Raven. That was. Did you see Rhino?
Look,
That was.
there's a phoenix up there. Oh, it's not.
Oh no! God. And introducing the next movie, we're doing Phoenix Force again. That's right. We're not even gonna build up the X-Men in this universe. We're skipping right to Phoenix Force.
No, I can see it now. Oh, is that a phoenix up in the sky? Man, it suddenly went dark.
Oh
Dark
my
Phoenix
God.
will return.
Oh God! I hate to say it, but I could see that happening at this point. Marvel is, oof, man.
Hopefully they're taking their time right now to right the ship.
I hope
So,
so. I know I'm giving them a lot of crap, but it's just, they're making a lot of promises, and I don't know anymore.
They're bringing back old actors because they think that's the key. They're making moves that seems more out of desperation.
It feels desperate.
I hope I'm
Yeah.
wrong, and I hope it's great. But
It's like the thing is, when their competition was DC under Zack Snyder, they really didn't have to try. Like as long as they put out a halfway competent movie, you can be like, well, at least it isn't Man of Steel or Batman v Superman.
and and that's the thing is too. Someone was in one of our shorts posted, and we basically said, hey, it's amazing that Peacemaker episode 1 did a better job of the multiverse than an entire phase. And someone's like, please explain to me what was so wrong about the multiverse. And I explained, well, it hasn't been
They had
terrible.
no
There's
cohesion.
been some good movies, but they introduced a bunch of characters with zero follow-up.
Mm-hmm.
They switched the big bad 3/4 of the way through it. And it hasn't been that multiversal. It's been nostalgia. It's been, let's bring back actors from old movies
Yes.
and have them show up. That's not necessarily what you need out of a multiversal saga.
I think, and I am going to slightly minorly tangent for just a moment, but I think the most egregious of that is the fact that nobody internally could decide what exactly they meant when they said multiverse. Because on one hand, you've got Doctor Strange, and they're opening up portals into other dimensions or multiple universes. But then you've got Loki's story where, no, actually it's different timelines. Those are the different universes. It's kind of like my whole argument with like what exactly is a god and a celestial in the Marvel universe, because nobody seems to they're not communicating with each other. And I think that was the biggest issue with the multiverse in the MCU is nobody could agree what it was. You've got Spider-Man No Way Home, and this is like some magic thing, and then you've got Doctor Strange in the multiverse of magic, and now it's less magic but a little bit more to do with like portals into other dimensions. But then you've got but then Kang, actually he's able to travel through different timelines and actually close them off completely. And it was such a mess. They had just started, it was already a mess because they weren't talking with each other. And I think going back to our issue with Star Wars, I think that was another part of the issue. They didn't have anything planned out really well. They were just they're treating them like individual movies without figuring out what the larger picture was going to be.
Yeah. They didn't have enough tie-ins to other things. And
Yeah.
that's why I'm hopeful that the next phase, you'll have X-Men doing X-Men stuff. We'll have a
Yeah,
cosmic, events going on. We'll have ground level, street level Spider-Man stuff going on. And they won't all be connected at all times or try to be. And they'll all come
it'll
together
mix
for
when it
something.
needs to mix.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
thank you, Dave. Very good. Well said.
And I think,
Yeah, just like that's how James Gunn is running the DCU now.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it needs to mix, then it will. If not, we're gonna have a separate story. I like it.
and Bob says,
That's all.
Marvel have gold and they don't knows it. It's called Tomb of Dracula. The adaptation that, oh my God, with Dr. Sun, that brain in a bocal. I don't know if they have the movie rights to Tomb of Dracula. They did print the comic, but I don't know if that is something they have the movie rights to. But they can't even get a Blade movie made. All you need is someone murdering mass amounts of vampires, and they can't seem to get that a good script made. So I don't know if they would
I
do
mean,
justice to that.
I will say this. Thank you for botching it with Blade because Sinners was really good.
It
Sinners was
was.
very good. I like that movie.
Hmm.
And, there were some Avengers in there, or Avenger villains in there too.
Yep,
And
yep.
some
It
young
counts.
Avengers,
Yeah. It counts,
champions.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Some of the
All right.
champions.
Are you guys ready for our last little bit
I am.
for the DCU?
What she said.
Now, this one, we've heard that Anna Noguera is writing the script for the Teen Titans movie. And it sounds like Zolo, I won't mess up his last name, is in
Okay.
early talks to reprise his role as Blue Beetle
Blue
in
Beetle.
the Teen Titans
Okay.
movie.
I can dig that. All right.
Yeah, I am all for if they can do half of what they did for Blue Beetle and Young Justice in a Teen Titans movie, take my money. I'm all in. That'll be great. And he was great in that movie.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Blue Beetle was a quality movie.
I was
Yep.
I was surprised. It was kind of goofy in some parts, and like some of the scenes were a little childish, but overall, it was a much better movie than I thought it was going to be.
Yep.
Es- Especially when you compare it to like Flash and Aquaman 2.
You almost forget about it because he's not such a major character, but
Hmm.
and it's like the solo movie, it kind of gets buried in the
Yeah,
in the
unfortunately.
blood, but it wasn't a bad movie.
Oh, and Bob says it's from that series actually that Blade exists. Yeah. I just don't know if they have the movie rights to Dracula at this point and can do that. And he has not seen Blue Beetle. If you have HBO Max, I think that's what it's called now, Max, HBO Next, Now, whatever it is called, you can watch it. It's a good movie. And it sounds like that may be canon to the new DCU, or at least some parts of it.
Hmm.
Yeah, at least the character is.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm telling you, I always liked Blue Beetle in the comics, the older Blue Beetle. I can't remember his name now. The one who always hung out with Booster Gold. Can't.
Oh my gosh, why can't I think of his name either? Shoot. And he even had a cameo in the movie too.
Yeah, yep. But
Hmm.
this new one with the alien sort of thing that they,
The Scarab, yeah.
yeah, great storyline they can approach. And I hope they kind of hint at that, and I hope it leads to bigger and better things in the DCU. And with
I mean,
all of the hype that Anna Noguera is getting for the Supergirl script, and the fact that she's writing the Teen Titans movie, and it sounds like she's writing the Wonder Woman movie now too. I hope it's as good as everyone's saying, and we'll find out with Supergirl next year.
Now, do you think they're going to stick with the name Teen Titans, or do you think they're gonna just borrow the name Titans, or do you think they're gonna call them, Young Justice or something?
Beans.
I don't know. I think they will probably call them Teen Titans. Because I think they'll start out as younger kids in the DCU and grow into being something else. Probably joining the Justice League at some point, kind of like most of them have at this point in the comics.
Well, whatever they end up going with, I do hope that we get the DC, James Gunn's DC's version of Batman and Robin before that comes out, because I don't think you can properly do Teen Titans without Robin being part of the team.
I agree. And I assume that Damian Wayne will be a part of the team since he is going to be the Robin in The Brave and the Bold. And Bob says, that big T-Tower. And I think that was Marv Wolfman kind of added that to his run on Teen Titans, which Marv Wolfman did a lot of great things for comics, both Marvel and DC. That giant glass T-Tower was not one of them. I mean, any supervillain could have knocked that thing over.
Gee, I wonder where my nemesis, the Teen Titans, live.
Looks like he's having some oatmeal up there right now. Why don't you go see?
Dave, if you've watched Teen Titans Go, you know they eat waffles, they eat burgers, and they eat burritos.
They don't eat oatmeal. Yeah, also, not even, the fact that it sticks out like a sore thumb, but structurally, having like, two giant arms coming out of the top, that thing is gonna topple over. There's no way an architect would, willingly approve that.
Especially with Cyborg, who probably weighs a couple tons.
Hmm.
He walks out to the edge
Or
of one of those tees.
what about when Beast Boy decides to turn into an elephant inside, as
Yes.
he's wont to do?
Yep. Oh, in that James Gunn universe, it's possible. Bit goofy and serious.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not wrong. He
Yeah,
will go.
no, you're not wrong.
And that's what we really enjoy about James Gunn. He's willing to go to the goofiness of comics and incorporate it and make it work. So it definitely could be there. I just always thought it was kind of silly that they had a giant T.
Yeah. Maybe I don't know. Maybe in the world of Teen Titans, the villains and the heroes kind of have like a general agreement. Look, we'll fight out in the open, but we aren't going to tread on each other's home bases. Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
we ain't gonna
Shake
follow
on
you
it, we
home.
agree. All right.
Yeah, you need to rest somewhere. So,
You don't come to my secret volcano lair. I don't come to your giant glass tea.
If we're talking, like we've seen the Hall of Justice, that
Fair.
place from
Okay.
Cleveland.
Yeah.
I want the Legion of Dooms, like swamp thing. That
Yes. Yes.
That's what we need. More than the giant T for the Teen Titans. We need the Legion of Dooms, swamp lair, swamp headquarters. I don't know what you want to call
Yes.
it.
And
they
I
need to pop out of
swear.
the water every time they talk.
Yes.
And yes. And if I don't get somebody doing a voiceover saying, "Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom,"
Doodly-doodly-doo.
I'm gonna be so mad if I don't get that.
I
Like even
want
if
to
it's like
destroy
just
the
a
Justice League.
right.
We all
Yes,
do.
Lex, you're
that's
always
why we're
saying
here.
that.
Why are you
How?
yelling?
Solomon Grundy born on a Monday.
All right, wonderful. We've got all the greatest supervillains: Lex Luthor, super genius; the Cheetah with amazing strength; Solomon Grundy, a zombie; and what do you do again? I'm Mirror Master, and I have mirrors. Cool, cool, cool.
Cool.
Who let
All
this
right.
guy in?
Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Suck out his soul. Get him out.
And Bob says, when I saw Guy Gardner raising those fingers at the soldiers, that's like, okay, we're going
That was
somewhere.
so good. That was so good. That is exactly the type of thing that Green Lantern would do.
Yes, they-
Or that's something that I could see Deadpool's actor.
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, thank you. That's something I could see him doing, even though that'd be out of character for that for Hal Jordan. But
that would-
with him as Hal Jordan, I can see him doing that too. So
Well, did you see that James Gunn, I guess, had texted Ryan Reynolds and asked him if he wanted to come back as Green Lantern? And he just texted back, F you.
deserved.
That's funny.
All right, that is all we got tonight, gentlemen. Should we find somebody to raid?
I think we should.
You should, yes.
I see Tiny Velker is on with only 13, and A-Tray is on with only 118.
A-Tray
Oh, and
is on.
Mary Cherry is on playing Fallout 4 with only 45.
Bubble's on.
Who is?
Bubble.
Oh, yeah. Bubble is on. Holy shit. 463? Jeez, oh, pizzas. Good for her.
It's funny because
Well,
you know
what
what
do you
A-Tray has
gentlemen
been doing? She's been retro gaming. Like on the
Really?
TV, yeah. She was playing
Oh, and it
Legend of
says,
Zelda, Link to the Past.
I just hovered over. It says 8 years of Twitch. Wow, I didn't know she'd been doing it for this long.
Oh, wow.
How long we been doing Twitch?
I think 2 years.
That's it?
It hasn't been that long. I think we started using Twitch in, was it 21 or 22?
Well, that'd be 4 years. But that's,
Oh,
definitely
wow,
during the
okay.
pandemic.
Yeah, it was definitely
Because-
during the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
We found a better way. So
I'm gonna have to see if we can find out when that was because
Yeah.
I think we just had our 2-year anniversary of getting not partner, but whatever we are.
affiliate.
Yeah, affiliate.
Okay. All right.
But we got that pretty quick.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so what
Well,
do you
it's
think?
much easier with Twitch.
Yes. Oh,
All right,
100%.
Doug, you make the call. Who we rating?
Uh, well, I'm gonna say Mary Cherry because Fallout 4. So.
Let's do it because I am in a Fallout. It was funny. I was talking Fallout with one of the dads. Not gold. Oh my god, silly here. And when we were picking up, I had to pick up Sully today, and we were talking Fallout because he saw the trailer. He loved season 1, and just talking about it. I'm thinking as I'm walking away, I'm like, man, we should one day play Fallout New Vegas. If we have time, play Fallout New Vegas on stream, leading into Fallout Season 2.
That would be sick. I'd like that.
Yeah, how do you spell Mary Cherry? Just so I get it right.
It is MaryCherryy.
Perfect. Okay. Oh, Mary Cherry's raid settings do not allow you to raid at this time.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yep.
All right, then we're not gonna rate her.
Well, then, how about Tiny Velker playing Marvel Rivals?
Sounds good.
All right. You got her name?
Yep.
All right.
For some reason.
And for those of you out there that are wondering, what is it that we've been talking about? What are we wasting time here at the end for? Rating is something we can do on Twitch. It allows us to kind of keep the party going, hang out with some fellow nerds of ours, and yeah, we're going to hang out with Tiny Velker this time around and go watch her play Marvel Rivals. So if you're watching us on Twitch, hang out with us as we move over to somebody else's channel and share the love. But if you are watching us out on YouTube, please know that if YouTube finds a better way to do, a continuous stream like this, where we're able to go to somebody else's channel, that'd be amazing. But YouTube kind of dropped the ball when it comes to that. So in lieu of that, if you'd like to like us, that'd be great. Subscribe would be even better. But we'd really appreciate it if you share us with your friends. And of course, most important, comment down below. And we'll see you next time, right here on Not Your Status Quo. Hey fellow nerds, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you want to see more of this stuff, make sure that you check out our Twitch stream. We try to do these live Sunday or Monday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Keep an eye on our social media to find out when you can join in live and chat with us during these live streams. Also, as usual, don't forget to check out our other social media. Add us at Twitter, comment down below, and we'll see you next time right here on Not Your Status Quo.